Foldable phones have been around for a while now, but they are still relatively newer concept in the Indian market, and that's because Samsung is the only brand that's selling foldable phones in India right now. Vivo, Xiaomi, Oppo have all showcased their foldable phones, but none of them have made it to India. But Tecno has shown the guts and launched the Tecno Phantom V Fold in the Indian market at Rs 88,888. Now this is the most affordable foldable phone available in India right now. But the question is, should you spend around Rs 90,000 for a Tecno phone? Let's find out all the answers in this video. Talking about the design first, I really like how it looks. This is the black color variant. You can also get it in the white one. There is a fabric panel at the back, and this is made of reusable and recyclable material. There's a circular camera setup at the back and Phantom branding right here. And on the right hand side, you'll find fingerprint reader, volume rockers, and at the bottom there is a speaker grill, Type-C charging port and SIM tray. Now if you take a look at the phone, overall it looks very nice, and when you unfold it, you get a large display. Now this is one of the biggest display that is available on a foldable phone, which by the way is even bigger than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. On the inside, you get a 7.85-inch AMOLED LTPO display, and this display has very compact tablet-like feel, and I didn't feel and see the crease until I touched the display from the middle. Watching videos and playing games on this big screen feels immersive, but somehow I felt the colors on the inner display look dull and the outer display is much better. On the front, there is a 6.42-inch display, and this is a curved screen, so you get nice viewing angles. While using the front display, it felt like a usual non-foldable phone, and it never felt like that I'm using a foldable phone and the half display over here. The outer display is good for texting, browsing and watching videos. Overall, the phone is heavy, but I'm not complaining here because foldable phones tend to be a little on a heavier side as compared to normal phones. But you should know all of this if you spend your money on this. Talking about the folding and unfolding experience, well, I felt the hinge is sturdy and reliable because I had to put some effort while unfolding the phone, which is a good thing overall. Besides this, the Tecno foldable phone does have a flex mode like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold. I tried keeping it at different angles and it worked fine. Sometimes the flex mode is a little wobbly and sometimes you might feel it's perfectly fine. Now let's talk about the camera. So you can see the camera specs on your screen. There are total 5 cameras on the Tecno Phantom V Fold. There are 3 cameras at the back and 2 on the front. And I didn't have many expectations, but I really like the camera quality. You can see the images that I took in the broad daylight. The image quality is pretty good. I like the colors and the way the picture looks. Don't expect high clarity when images are zoomed in. In low light as well, the images lack clarity but look decent. The portrait shots turned out to be mediocre. The background and the subject look decent. In broad daylight, the sharpness in the portrait shots was visible and the edge detection is also good. While the selfie camera on the other hand also produces average images, you can also use the rear camera as a selfie camera if you want better image quality. You can see the difference over here between the two images. One is taken from the rear camera and the other is taken from the selfie camera. The camera app also has some interesting features. When the phone is unfolded, you can click pictures on one side and see the gallery on the left side of the display. I really like these cool nifty features. There is a secondary screen preview also. So when you are clicking someone else's picture, they can also see themselves on the outer screen. This feature is similar to the one available on the Galaxy Z Fold series. Talking about its performance, the Tecno Phantom V Fold comes with MediaTek Dimensity 9000 Plus processor. You can play graphic intensive games like Asphalt 9. It runs smoothly and the gaming experience is also solid. I could easily multitask and juggle between several apps at the same time. There's a split mode as well for apps that you can easily enable from the 3 dots at the top. This feature is fantastic for multitasking between apps. If you're watching something on YouTube on the outer screen, you can unfold it and continue watching on the inner screen. This also applies to all the apps and the home screen. There's a seamless transition between the inner and outer display whenever you fold or unfold the phone. One thing that I did not like about the display is the keyboard experience. So the keyboard splits into half and it's kind of irritating to type like this. Otherwise, scrolling, watching videos is pretty fine on the display. For software, the Tecno Phantom V Fold gets Android 13 with iOS 13, and the biggest disappointing part is you're only getting 1 year of software update. Otherwise, the UI is easy to use and navigate. You will get some pre-installed apps as well which you can choose to delete. But I felt the software needs more polishing. It is not refined for a 90,000 smartphone. And lastly, for the battery, you get a 5000 mAh battery and 45 watt charging support. And the good thing is you are getting the charging brick and the Type-C charging cable with the box. Now it takes usually 1 hour to fuel back up from 0 to 80%, and it could easily last 1.5 days in normal usage, and even with extensive usage like gaming, browsing, streaming content online, it could last 1 day in my experience. So overall the battery part is also decent. So to sum up, the Tecno Phantom V Fold is a solid foldable smartphone. You are getting good battery, decent form factor, smooth performance, easy to use UI and good display. But the question is, should you buy this over the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold series? Well, I think this phone requires more polishing and refinements as compared to the Z Fold. Z Fold is more refined product for a foldable phone, but the Tecno Phantom V Fold has some cons. You are getting no IP rating, there is no wireless charging, the software is not polished, and the camera is also mediocre. And the biggest problem with the Tecno Phantom V Fold is you are only getting 1 year of software update, which is such a bummer for a 2023 smartphone. So I will rate Tecno Phantom V Fold 7 on 10, and that was my experience with the phone. Do let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts regarding this device.